Hey everyone. Hi. Hi everyone. So we have nine.
Hi.
Hi couple. Hi Rahul. Hi Siddharth. Hi Aditya. Hi Anush. Hi Shashank. Hi Pranav. So let's wait for some more minutes and we will start.
Hi everyone.
What's the topic for today? Remind me, I've forgotten.
Celebrating communities.
It's communities. Eddie, it's your portrait. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
I
I'll
believe we
follow
should.
all of your leads.
I believe we should change the name if Eddie from God of Open Source, and we can extend it up to God of Open Source and communities. That would be so much better.
I'm
Yeah.
learning from all of you. I actually came here to learn from all of you.
That's humble of you to say.
Yeah, aware of the pressure, Eddie.
But it's true, right? You're all doing such an amazing job, and I just think it's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah. So we have
Sorry, I might turn off and turn on my camera every now and then. It's allergy season, so it's pretty harsh on me.
like take care of yourself. Even I'm suffering from viral fever right now. And
Take care, Unnati.
Okay, so that's happening for all, I think.
yeah. So yeah.
I think we should start. There are a lot of people already waiting, so we should not let them get hanged
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah. Um, so, my first question is for all of you. Like, it is a very discussion type. Okay. So, according to you, what is a community? Over to you, Lady.
Is that me going first? Wow, the pressure! Like you're not even a warning. Like bam, straight away. So, what is a community? Oof, I should have practiced beforehand. I'm on the spot now. I think a community is where people help each other. And I think it's not about the swag. It's not about the points. I think I don't know if Karuna is in the audience, but in our community, Karuna made a really good point today where she said, that's like a positive byproduct, or it might have been Vive. Someone in our community said that, and I just thought it was brilliant. Like, first of all, it's about learning, networking, having fun, and then if you get points and swag, then great as a positive an extra positive outcome. And yeah, I just what I think community is, and I'm always learning all the time, and I'm here to learn from everyone here on stage and also people in the audience to get their feedback. And we're always making kind of tweaks and improvements to the Eddie Hub community. And I love our multi-guild collabs as well, or multi-community collabs. They're always good fun. I've got so many more ideas to come as well.
Great. It's a great opinion of like, and you're already an inspiration for many. So, like, you have an Eddie Hub, and it is very much into discussions these days, and I know that I'm being following Lady Hub from so many months. So yeah, I know that. So
I'd like to chip in. Anytime I hear community now, I always hear it in Eddie's voice. Just a byproduct of watching this video and listening to him.
You're all too kind. I really appreciate it. All too kind. But we've come up with some phrases, I think, within the community, like collaboration first, code second. And I really, really believe it. As much as I love to code, it's about collaboration first. And that's why I think it doesn't matter if someone's a coder or not a coder, etc., because they just need to be able to add value to the community, to the project, and collaborate. And that's the number one point. Even the code is kind of, is secondary, just like the swag and the points and so on.
yeah. So same question to Karan. Like, so what according to you the community?
You're not going to hear much of a different opinion from me. For me, community started with me actually being a beginner, needing a lot of help with pretty much everything in the software programming world. I found some really amazing Discord communities right around 2017, and it's I've had a great time in community since then. Personally, I find it a great place to share your thoughts, to ask for help, and to help each other.
Yeah.
That's those are my 2 cents on that.
Now Khushi would answer it. Like,
Yeah, I've been waiting for my chance and I got it. Thank you so much, Unnati, for that question. But so just a very short answer because I believe Eddie and Sreekaran have already come up with all the points that I have had in mind, but it's okay. So community is just a group of like-minded people where you can just learn and build together, and you can just take in the good of others, but you can leave out the bad. That's one of my key points. So whenever I'm learning with someone, whenever I'm being with someone, I just try to take out as good as I can from other people, but not focusing about the bad because that's one thing that we should always focus about. So that's pretty much my definition of community. And Anush, what's your definition?
So I'm gonna polish a bit on what Khushi said. So community place where we belong and a place where it is inclusive and safe for people. At the same time, we help each other grow, say personally or in a professional level. So a community place is where I grow and develop. At the same time, I meet some amazing people, and we are more inclusive towards each other. We respect them no matter what, and we share our personal experiences with them. So that is what community has been for me.
okay. So,
Neeraj,
the,
your views, bro.
yeah.
Okay, so I think everyone has said everything. So what is left for me? So community though. So if you want to find the meaning of a particular thing, first of all search in the but in that word only. Like community, if I find in the word community, come plus unity. So you have to come together and be united. That is what community is all about. So the community is mostly about inclusiveness. Means you all have, it is open for everyone. Like whether it is focused on a particular tech stack or not, but the it should include the children from schools, the students from colleges, and even the software engineers. So it is welcome for everyone, for every gender. That is what community is all about. Thank you.
Great answer by everyone. So, like, so my next question is, like, what encouraged you to start your own community or startup, you could say, or a community? So, yeah.
I'll start with this one.
Yes, I was keeping
Otherwise,
quiet. Yes, you go first.
yeah, I'll start with this one, but I'm already nominating Eddie for the next one. So Eddie, be prepared for that. So
You
what
should
motivated
kept quiet for a little longer, Eddie.
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to learn for next time.
But what motivates? So, if anyone in the audience don't know which community I'm running, so I'm a part of the founding team of Equicode. It's an inclusive community where we want everyone to have a safe and a very diverse learning environment, and want everyone to be equally cultivated with some great opportunities and just learn and build and share together. So, what motivated me to start Equicode was just my way to have an inclusive space where we all can actually learn together. I didn't have a predefined motive behind it that I'll be running these activities, I'll be having this or that. But I just knew that I wanted something where people can just come and collaborate with us and we can just have a fun time. And I just wanted a very inclusive community where there would be no bars for any, like, maybe even a novice beginner or a seasoned expert could even come there. It's not about the gender, it's not about your level of expertise, it's just about you're here for learning and we're here to help. So that's what motivated us to start our own community. And now, Eddie, yay.
um, so yeah, people who don't know me, yes, I'm part of the Eddie Hub community, and we've tried to like be niche. And I think I think every community's got its speciality, and I think that's what make these communities great is that they're focused. They're not trying to they might be for everybody, but they're focusing on what it is. For example, with Eddie Hub, we focus on everyone is a mentee, but also everyone is a mentor. We really want to promote people helping each other, because even if someone is 1 month into their career, there's somebody who's only 1 day into their career, so they could be a mentor for that person, and by doing that they'll learn so much faster. And so I mean, the advice anyone who's starting a community, I think, do it and try and have like one focus, like one niche. I mean, we massively focus on open source. I love it when people share their GitHub links, especially when they help other people in the community as well. We've got a good first issues channel where we want people to share those and encourage people to get those green squares. So I just think as long as people have a focus, I think that's what will work well. And don't try and focus on the numbers. Try and focus on quality rather than quantity. To give another example, we have an Eddie bot, and that picks up gender specific words and so on. A lot of people didn't like it when it first came out, and there was a lot of people who left the community. I think at the time we had about 400 500 members, and we dropped by 100 members like literally in 2 days, because every time they wrote "hey guys," which really bugged me, it would reply with "hey, warning, suggest you using folks or everyone," and everyone hated it. But then after a few weeks, a month, people started realizing it's actually more an inclusive language, because we really wanted to be an inclusive community, but we actually wanted to action it. And then within a month of that, we grew like by 1,000 members. So sometimes it's good to take one step back, to be focused and niche, and really enforce your code of conduct, and then you'll take like 10 steps forward. I'm going to nominate yes, because you said I spoke too early, Sreekaran. So you go first. You go next. Not first.
So I don't know how much I can contribute to this particular topic because I haven't started a community of my own. But I just like to add one point to what Eddie said especially about people 1 month into the journey helping people even below them. See, I've seen a lot of people say that I'm only this far into my journey and my experience may or may not matter. Here's the deal. People that are experts have already forgotten what it's like to be beginners. They've forgotten exactly where you had issues. They've forgotten, everything that's difficult about being a beginner. That's where your perspective can help a lot. You know exactly where you struggled. You know what resources you use to get over those. You can share some of those. So go ahead, share your experiences, write threads, write blogs, help people out in communities. Doesn't matter how far into your journey you are. That's
I do
about
agree
it.
to that. Like, that
I'd
is a
like
very
to
valid
pass.
point.
Thank you. I'd like to pass the baton to Anush. You're on mute.
It is a custom that it should happen once in every week call. So yeah, it has to. So like I joined DevScript to lead their open source part, so open source division of DevScript, and I led the DWOC for the DevScript. So DevScript Winter of Code is a 2-month open source program to help people get started into open source. So they started my journey into communities. But even before that, I used to travel around my college, like asking my HOD, vice principal, to start my own club in the college. And after a lot of struggles, we were able to do it. And similarly, I was able to get more community started in other colleges around my college. So community for me has been a really important part in my life. So when I don't have a very typical CS background. When I moved into my bachelor's degree, I came from a commerce background, and the community part helped me realize what I need to learn and what I need to do next. So as Sreekaran said, like being a beginner is hard, and when you're a beginner with no idea what the industry is about, it is even more harder. And the folks here in the communities where I was part of, helped me a lot in my journey. And even now, I'm trying to just give back very few of the help which I got, pass it along the way. So I think that community is something really every college student must have. Like he must experience once in his life. And it doesn't matter whether you have to start your own community or you're being a part of a community. As long as you're part in a community and you're getting the help you require, and you're passing it on to for people who might need it in future, you're in a great place. So that is my take. And Dheeraj, I want to know your opinion, bro.
Okay, so for those who don't know, I am Dheeraj Ghosh from Developer Student Community, and I'm not one of the founding members of Developer Student Community, but I would like to thank a big thank you to Karthik Rawat. He's the founder of our community that helps me a lot, And second, first of all, according to me, we have to start a community when we don't see around a community. Like according to my experience, I can say that when I was in class 11, class 12, and even in first year of the college, I don't know about anything about, like I didn't know about a particular tech stack. I didn't know about the web development, machine learning. What is this all about? So this where community stands means when there is a community, it will help you to know this earlier, because I personally think that if I studied it earlier, I would be at a different place as of now. So the community helps everyone to know the things earlier, means the flow of opportunities, the flow of information, that is what we are lacking. We are lack of guidance when we started our college. So that is what why you should start a community, and you should be a part of community. For like I want to take an example of Pulkit is a part, he started his community. He's in like class 8, so a big shout out to Pulkit. And so he started so early, and I think that he know a much greater of a thing than me. So that is why community is the most important, so that you can know the things earlier and grow with others.
Okay, that's great. So I'm seeing a question in chat box that what is code script unit. So like it was started by mail in late September. So it basically aims at providing project ideas to freshers who are just beginner for projects and want to contribute some to some projects. Also, we have some sessions from different leaders who are into open source and want to like they want to like contribute to open source, so we provide them with the resources that we could provide. And yeah, so it is all about coders community.
The community is doing some amazing work, I must say, and you all should also subscribe to the channel. So if you're already here, do subscribe and also give it a like. Yeah, that's what I said.
So now as we are into like local hack days learning, so like how was your experience in local hack day? Share what you learned, what you gained, what you experienced. Do share. So over to you, Eti.
Hey, I'm not going first this time. I'm going to go last. Let others go first. Come on. Okay, I nominate Anush. You go first.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Learn Hack Day has been a part where, like, I actually started interacting more with my community, and my community has surprised me in a lot of ways which I didn't expect. And it has been a great learning journey. More than learning, I was able to meet such an amazing leads from other communities, have these talks, and we do this community call at Eddie Hub, and those calls are amazing. And I got to meet a lot of people. So for me, the biggest takeaway from the Learn Hack Day build, share, learn is meeting new people and getting to know different communities across the world and sharing knowledge. So this is what I really like about the Learn Hack Day program. And Dheeraj.
Okay, so our journey, development communities journey start from local hack day learn, and in local before the local hack day learn, I think the local hack day from MLH is done offline rather than online. So this is the first time in which it is done online. So local hack day learn before the local 2 to 3 days before local hack day learn, I and Kartike Rawat came to know about it, and we had researched in the internet about everything. What is local hack day learn, how to do in it, how to be a part of it, how to make a guild. So we make a guild, and after that we know about various challenges, like we have to attend the workshops and how to take part in it, how to check in. So we teached our community members so to how to attend those workshops. Then after that, in local hack day learn, we come means worldwide rank one. After that, local hack day build came in. It is all about challenges. So we have in this, we do not have to sit and watch the videos, rather than we have to do something from ourselves. That is a big part of it. So after that, we also taught our our community members how to do particular challenges, different challenges. There are challenges from beginner stuff to the pro ones. So we taught everyone. So in this ID Hub is also there in the local hack day build, and other communities like Equicode is there, as well as DevScript is there. So the most important part of this local hack day, we increase our collaborations, the most important part, because we include our collaborations, and as ID say, collab first and code second. Then after that local hack day share came, we have to do challenges and we have to share those challenges to others. That is why the most important thing I like about this local hack day, we increase our connections a lot after this, and the collaborations is also increased. People got to know us, and that is why local hack day is a very good thing started by MLH.
Mhm. What according to you, Sreekaran, what do you feel that you are a part, like you are a mentor at MLH, so how the community helps you to grow? And
I believe
Um,
Sreekaran is not able to hear. So
yeah.
Sreekaran just repeating what she said. She just wants to ask you the same question. And you being the mentor at MLH, how has that helped you grow the community and being a part of it?
Which specifically regarding local hack day, right?
Right.
So yeah, talking about my experience, local hack day build was where I started. I wasn't a part of MLH during learn. Um, Build I found to be extremely fun, and it let me dip my toes into a lot of tech stacks that I hadn't explored with yet, right? So that was great. I made a couple of mistakes there, chasing the leaderboard a little too much. I believe Khushi had the same experience. Yeah, so that made it a little bit bittersweet, but at the end of the day, I learned a lot of stuff. I explored a lot of different tech stacks, and it pushed me to learn a lot more. With respect to share, really have not been participating all that much. I've been interning full time for the last month or so, so that really does not leave a lot of time for me to explore. So since then, I've participated in a lot of hackathons by MLH and mentored a bunch as well. But share, I don't have too much to share. Uh, yeah, Eddie, what about you?
I think lots of great tips there and advice and experiences. So for me, my biggest takeaway is seeing the collaboration and seeing people grow. Like to give an example, we had our community call a few days ago, and I didn't moderate it. I didn't facilitate the call, and I usually do it. And we actually had Karuna who facilitated it. And 2 months ago, Karuna didn't even want to kind of speak on audio only or put the camera on, even when not speaking. And now she's, I mean, this is just an example. Now she's moderating a call with almost 100 people on it. And I was just like, this is what I want. This is what I want. I love to see people kind of grow and do so many awesome things. So I've just seen so much of that. It's just one example. There are so many things of seeing people grow because they've collaborated more. They've realized that they are welcome in tech. And that has been great. And then to take it a step further, we have our monthly, so this is slightly outside share, but it did start from the MLH hackathon in January, our monthly multi-community collab. And for me, that's been great. I love just seeing the collaboration between communities, because share it's a competition, right? There is a leaderboard and we all want to be first or in the top 3 or top 5 or top 10 or top 30, whatever it is. But end of the day, you're collaborating with, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 people in your guild, which is great. And what's even more great is, yes, there's competition between multiple guilds, but it's not like mean competitive. It is still collaborative, right? So we did a video together today that will had video clips of people holding up a piece of paper and so on, but we still included other guilds. And I wanted to put guild names on it and do lots of awesome things, but just wasn't time to do all of that. But we still managed to get it out, and we still showed that end of the day, even though it's a hackathon, it's competitive, it's still actually collaborative. And I think that's what's really great about this type of event, is in you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. Because there is good things about being collaborative, and there's good things about being competitive. But if you can get the best of both, then I think we're all we're all gonna win, which is the important thing.
Yeah, and I'm the only one left. So instead of anyone referring me, I'll just rather quickly start. And so local hack day build and local hack day share. So I believe local hack day build was the one where it all started. Equicode came it up with a guild, and it was actually in association with BSc Amity. BSc Amity was a guild which participated in long back in LHD Learn, and the guild leader that time, Aditya, actually helped us, make a guild of our own, which is Equicode. And in association with that, we formed it back then in LHD build. And I believe the experience was amazing until then. We met some amazing people in the community. We had some amazing calls, and more than that, I believe the one thing that I absolutely loved back then was the amazing challenges. And it's mostly the same in LHD share as well. I have not been able to participate a lot in the challenges due to my exams, but I kept doing some here and there, and those are absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much my experience about LHD. Bill, Unnati, over to you now.
So yeah, I could see a question in the chat box that is open source mandatory for MLH fellowship.
I just finished answering that one in the chat itself, but um, to answer it live, no, it's not mandatory. They look, so you're judged based on your project and on your interviews. The first interview just is just to check whether you've got a good audio video setup. You're doing this for the right reasons, whether you're inquisitive, curious. The googliness test. Uh, so that's the first round of interviews, and the second one is more to judge your project and to decide whether you've actually done the project or whether you just ripped it off of GitHub somewhere. So as long as your project displays proficiency in at least one programming language, you're good to go.
Yeah, I would like to just add my 2 cents here. So, even though it is not a major criteria in probably selection, open source is an amazing learning place. So, I learned a lot about professional development at open source. So, don't look for a reason to get into open source. Getting into open source is a reason enough, and start with small projects and then go on checking out lot big projects, understanding their code base. So do get involved into open source. Like every single developer I meet, I say get involved in open source because there are so much thing you can learn from the mentors out there, because they are there to spend time to develop their project, and they would take time to help you out if it's possible. And there are a lot of amazing open source programs coming up literally every month now. And find one good program and get involved, and try to gain as much as knowledge as possible. So,
I have a couple more points to add to that actually. When you get into open source, it's pretty much the easiest way to work with and learn from large scale code bases that you'll never find outside of companies. So it's either a really good internship or open source. If you want to work with large code bases, meet great developers, network, and just level up your skills. So the more projects you work on or the more projects you contribute to, your skills are going to develop, and it's going to reflect in the project that you submit for the fellowship. And the criteria may be fairly low for the fellowship, but just like the passing grade in your board exams or in the equivalent exams, high school exams, is 33%. 33% is generally not considered to be a good score to get into any university or college. It's all about how your competition pushes up the bar for you to qualify. So yeah, doing a lot of open source is going to level up your skills like nothing else.
If I may add one more thing to that, all my success has come down to open source, because it's helped me with my communication, it's helped me with my technical, it's helped me with my growing my network. Literally everything has come down to open source. And my only 2 regrets in my career of over 15 years is 1, not starting open source sooner, and 2, not starting my YouTube channel and sharing my journey and what I'm learning, etc. sooner as well. So everyone just get started, like not tomorrow, today.
So now the question arises that the people come to like many people encountered to me that why to join Codex, why to join other communities. Like they're into confusion that why should we join a community? if we can grow ourselves only, like we could grow our skills or something sort of that. Why should a person should join a community?
I love this question. I think a person should definitely. I'm jumping in now, so no one nominates me. I want to beat you all to it. I'll keep it short. I promise. A community is just such a great way to do all the things that I just mentioned. So, yes, you can do it alone. You can build. Like, imagine trying to build Google or the next kind of biggish Facebook, whatever it is yourself. You can do it, absolutely, but it's not going to be as good. It's going to go much slower. You're not going to have as much fun, and so many things. So why not build it with friends? And it's more realistic because even when you work on client projects or you get a job, it's going to be with a team of people. And I think that's important. I mean, yes, could like Ronaldo play a football game by himself against, I don't know, another team? I don't know what team. I don't know. England or Brazil or something. I don't know, watch football. Liverpool. I don't know. He could, but he's more likely to win and do better and have more fun if he had more team members on his team. Oh, shut up now.
And I would like to add something. And the one of the reasons why I like being in community is like community as it is like a gold mine of information. So when I started doing things in my alone, like so my first year I wasn't much involved with communities, and my second year I was more into community. So the difference which I felt was first year it was me who was looking for every single opportunity, trying to understand what are different like hackathons or opportunities or open source. Like I was the one who was just looking for these information, and I missed a lot of opportunities. But when I started getting get involved with more communities, people talked about different opportunities. Say there's a hackathon coming out, just say learn hack day came up, and people started hyping about it, and they started talking about what are the different gears and challenges. So we get to know about things that we might have never like decided, like thought about searching for it. So we get things without even searching for it. So that's a huge plus. And these opportunities though might come very rarely, and if you don't know about it, you won't be able to grab the opportunity and use it. So community is a great source of opportunity, information and opportunity. So that will be a great reason why you should be in a community rather than being alone. So that is my take.
Those are some great points. Just wanted to come in and say that those are really, really great points. What do you think, Dheeraj?
So from my point of view, I think that you when you are doing it alone, you have to search everything from yourself. And when you are searching everything yourself, you have to try everything one after the another. And after that, at the last, you reach for a particular resource or a particular opportunity. So most of the time is wasted in searching the things rather than learning the things. So that is what community is all about. Community help you to get the things in your mouth. Means it put the food on your mouth. You just have to eat it. Okay, so that is why you have to be a part of the community. And one more thing, that community you got to know, and you increase your connections, like in companies, like if you see all the FANG companies, there is a workforce, like in Google, you need to have the designers, you need to have the content writers, you need to have different aspects. I know that you can do all the things alone, but do you have time? You only have 24 hours? You cannot do everything from your own. All the FANG companies are working from their workforce, from their team. Like Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, he knows everything, but did he able to run all the Google from his own? He do not able to run. So that is what community is all about. You have to help others, and you have to take help of others to get your work accomplished. One more thing, from my experience, in one project, I got a bug at last moment before presentation. So I asked one or two of my seniors to clear out that bugs. So that is what community helps you. It helps you at the exact time when you need it. That is why you should join community.
So I really, really love that food analogy. I don't know who else felt that, but that was amazing.
True.
So, like,
Yeah.
um, according to you, like, define community in one word. So, in one word.
For me,
So, if you
for me,
already
it's
define a community as in like, so, yeah.
For me, it would be learning. It defines my purpose of community to learn and grow. That would be it.
Again, then Eddie would.
I was trying to keep quiet. For me, collaboration.
Oh, I wanted to say that.
I'm glad I went second. Yes, thank you, Natty.
Anush, why don't you take this one next? I've got to think for a couple of seconds now.
You can
For
have the
me,
same
meeting-
word, I think.
Yeah.
I still would like to bring a different perspective to this. So, yeah.
So for me, meeting new people and getting to know them. So that is my main reason. Because since the other points are taken away, this is the point.
Stop cheating, Anush. It's just one word. You're
Yes,
allowed one word.
One word.
Okay.
You're not getting away from this.
Okay.
So
Dheeraj, would you like to take this?
yeah.
Yes, for me it's opportunities.
So for me,
For me, it's
it's
information.
empowerment.
Do we
Yes,
have any other
can you
synonym
repeat?
for that?
Anush, can you repeat what you said?
For me, it's information.
Sreekaran, you say for me it's knowledge, and I think we'll have all the synonyms then.
So, nice job calling out Anush on that. I'd say networking. Networking is the word itself has become a little cheap because of LinkedIn, primarily. Yeah, so I would say making new friends, but I need one word, so networking. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
talking
someone.
about actual networking, meeting new people, making new friends, interacting.
So for
Yeah,
me, it's empowerment.
I do agree to what Sreekaran said, and I agree to it to a particular extent that so primarily I was back on LinkedIn until then whatever Sreekaran mentioned, but yeah, I made good use of it in the beginning, and now I don't want to talk about it, but let's move ahead. So Twitter is actually kind of good for me, and now I still remember
So
when I was back participating in LHD bill, and I had a conversation with Eddie about Eddie saying, I'm not able to use LinkedIn much. Are you on Twitter? I'm like, and I don't use Twitter that much. And now I'm mostly on Twitter. So yeah, just talking about that.
So
But yeah,
it's like people come to LinkedIn to network and then discover that Twitter is so much better, and
right.
just step up one
So
platform.
basically, Twitter is a developer Facebook, you could say. Like you could connect with developers, but on LinkedIn they are very spam. Like, please do like this video. Please do like they basically do promotions now sometimes, which I hate. So I'm on Twitter right now. Like I'm on Twitter nowadays, and it has been months that I gained some followers, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, to talk about that, I got 200 followers yesterday, and I was like, wow, I was on my cloud nine. I talked about it to my family, to my brother, and he was like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, I'm happy. Please share the happiness along with me.
Definitely get involved in more Twitter spaces. That has
Yes,
caused me to explode. Really, really has. Every
I
time I
didn't
do a Twitter
believe
space, I get like 200 followers easy.
I didn't believe Eddie when he said that a couple of days ago for a time management Twitter space, but yeah.
The
Okay, so
notifications. Oh, sorry. Go on.
talking about notification, I when my phone goes blizzard like 20-25 notification, I know Eddie has posted something.
That happens. Yeah. Yeah, I do agree to that. That happens.
But it's good, right? Collaboration. It's good. It's good fun. But yeah, the Twitter space we did the other day, I got so many notifications from that. I think every time I looked at my phone, like every 15 minutes, I must have 50 plus notifications. So I had to keep on top of it. Otherwise, when I woke up the next morning, I think I had like over 100 notifications. And I was just like, oh, wow. But the problem is my GitHub is getting so behind. So I need to make a public announcement. I'm really sorry to everyone. I am like 1,400 GitHub notifications behind. So I need, that's like 7 days. So I'm really, really sorry. Maybe 10 days. I need to catch up.
So it's actually gotten to a point where every time I look at a live stream or every time I'm part of a live stream, I think this could have been a Twitter Spaces conversation.
I do like the live stream of seeing people's expressions. I think it just to me, it just helps with the engagement. I know what you're saying. I understand that Twitter Spaces is a lot more convenient. I could be kind of eating at the same time. I could mute myself. Obviously, I could be working out. I think not the previous Twitter Space, the one before, I was working out in the gym and I just unmuted when I needed to speak and so forth. But I think until Twitter Spaces has multiple co-hosts, there's a few kind of challenges around that. It's a bit buggy still. But I don't know. I think it's got its place. Like you could do them maybe more frequently. But I do love just like seeing all your beautiful faces and just seeing when you kind of how you react. Am I talking too much? Are you all kind of falling asleep? Should I talk a bit less? Are you laughing? Should I kind of continue? I don't know. For me, that really really helps, and I do see a place for both. So for me, I'm going to definitely continue doing both. But I've got to just get on top of the notifications. I think it's going to be an interesting space. But I hope you all do more. YouTube lives, you do more Twitter Spaces. I think that's just epic. And on that note, actually, talking about socials, everyone watching, if you can all do me a favor, if you can take a screenshot of this live stream, and if you share it on socials, I pretty much promise you everyone here will like it. But if you want to grow your network and get lots of notifications like all of us, add value to that post. Take the screenshot, and when you post it, don't just say had a great time. Say had a great time or whatever you want to say because of, and list 1 point or 2 point or 3 point, something that you learned, something you found funny, anything, and then we'll actually reshare it, and then you'll grow your network and you end up with a load of notifications too.
That's share takeaways so that sorry. Sreekaran,
No, sorry, go on.
You going on.
Okay, so when anybody asks me about growing on Twitter or anywhere else, there's 3 points that I give them. Add value, have an interesting story, and interact with people. So those are the 3 pillars on which growth stands for me on Twitter. So yes, please do add value, share, tag us. We'd be happy to connect. We'd be happy to just chat.
So someone said somehow I knew Eddie's going to say the screenshot thing next. That's amazing.
People know me too well.
I think it's a 7th sense at this point.
The open source sense.
Yeah, definitely. Unnati, you're not talking much. Please, we don't want to take over the stream from you.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That would be fine. And little learning from all of you that what you're sharing with us, and thank you for that. It was very amazing. So my next question is to all of you that what communities or what programs a student could join in so that they could grow his or her network and could contribute to the community.
Okay, can I start on this one? If
Yeah.
I believe I can. So one program, when you just asked me that question, the one program that instantly popped in my head was Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. If you haven't searched about it, go and do it now. Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador MLSA program is one thing that's really amazing for you to learn and grow, but to also network with people all over the world. Since it's not just limited to a particular region, but it's actually provable to all the countries, and the community is amazing. I must say, I met a lot of new people from different parts of the world, and you never know. You just talk to them once, and then you are just on another day, you are discussing some of your tech activities, some of your open source contributions, and that becomes something kind of connection. And that's one program that I would definitely like you all to explore more. And over to all you. Over to you all. Yeah.
So over to you, Sreekaran.
I've got to think for a bit about this, so I'm going to pass that baton to Eddie. Take that for stealing my answer.
I think there's so many. I don't want to I don't know enough about them in details. I haven't physically done them to compare. I think there are lots. and I'm going to let the others kind of give their thoughts because they probably have done them themselves or know people have done them. I know people have done like the MLH Fellowship, who have done Google Summer of Code, and they all have their pros and cons. I think personally apply to 2 or 3 of your favorites. Therefore, you kind of can get one, and then you don't kind of waste any time, and you can always do another one afterwards. I think some people have, like Kunal, I think, has done 2 or 3 of them, and I think that's great because you're going to get different experiences from working with different people, different projects, just time zones, just people with different languages. You're just going to learn 101 things. So yeah, I wouldn't sell yourself short and apply to more really, and see. And if you get selected to more than one, well, that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, just talking about one thing quickly, and then I'll probably shut up, and I promise about that. But just Eddie mentioned that getting selected and applying to a lot of programs. One thing you should definitely take in mind is apply to a lot of them, but don't take your rejections to your heart. Don't keep them as if you get rejected and you won't be able, you won't apply to another program. Just please don't do that. Having it done myself, and I did learn it in a hard way, that if you stop applying, probably your chances to get selected would even reduce more. But what's the harm if even if you're getting rejected and you're applying more? I believe it's a win-win for you, even if you're getting rejected. So please don't stop applying. Yeah, and I'll shut up. I promise.
So I'll take away here. Like I completely agree with Kushi. Like rejection is just the next step for success, and like even like when I applied for the Microsoft program, I got rejected once, and after that, after some work in self-reflection and improving my profile, seeing where I like, talking to multiple people, I was able to grow myself as a person, as a developer, as a student. It helped me. So rejection helped me a lot to improve myself. So it gave me a reason to fight harder. So do apply for a lot of programs. There are a lot of amazing programs out there. Like GitHub has an amazing program. Almost literally every big company have their own program. So choose your programs wisely and see why you want to go into the program. Learn about the program more before you get into it. The swags are amazing, but again, the program you're going to be an ambassador, or you're going to represent the program. Meaning that you have to know what the program is all about. So talk to the people who are already in the program and get to know about it, and that will help you get a clear idea about why you want to be a part of this program, and that will help you in turn in the application when you want to talk to the people who are going to be hiring. So make sure that you learn more about it, and apply for all the programs which is out there. There's no harm, and but make sure that you balance your time too. Time management is very important, so make sure that you have that in control too. So good luck to all the students out there.
So I would like to add a thing into it. Just go into a program in which you are interested, not go for like you want some type of prestige or proud moment, but go only if you are interested in that program, because once you are selected in that program, you have given certain responsibilities, a certain task you have to complete, and if you are not interested, you certainly would take the seat of someone other who is interested and may not got into that program. So everyone said all the programs. So I have listing some of the Google DSC Lead. It is one of the program which you can go, but it is only limited to second year students. That is to be taken in mind. GitHub Campus Expert program. There is also a limit in that one. You must be 1 year left in your college to apply for it. Also Angel Egg Student Ambassador programs. I am a part of it, so I know it is a very good program, and it is basically pointed towards the hackathons. If you love hackathons, you love to organize hackathons, you should be Angel Egg Student Ambassador. And there are certain programs for girls also, specific to girls. You can take part in it. So go if you are interested, and do it with your full enthusiasm. That's all I can say.
So I believe I'm the only one left. Listening to everyone else speak, there's two major points that I want to hit, two major points that I want to cover here. I personally have not been a part of too many open source programs or, uh, stuff like that. I focus more on internships. But here's the deal: if you're going to do open source, don't do it just to get into the program. Don't don't just apply to Google Summer of Code or the fellowship and start contributing for that period and then just ditch it once you're done. Open source is something that you start and you just don't stop. You don't have to spend too much time on it, but keep contributing, keep pushing changes, keep learning from it. That's the first point. The second one, I'm going to build on top of what Khushi and Anush said about rejections. Here's the deal. Uh, I'm going to go. I'm going to go a little deep here, but this applies both to professional and personal worlds for me. Anything bad happens at all in my life, here's what I do. I think about it for a bit. I reflect on exactly what I did. I try to find out whether I could have done something better, whether there's something to learn from the experience for me. And if I can, I spend some time doing that. If I can't, if it was out of my control, here's the deal. I'm done with it. I'm done thinking about it. It's happiness is personally for me. I've had a fairly easy time internalizing this, but I've seen a lot of people struggle with it as well. Happiness for me is something that's entirely separate from everything that's going on around me. You choose to be happy. You don't let external factors decide your happiness. So happiness is sort of inside this bubble inside of me, and I do not let external factors affect it too much. So yeah, reflect on your actions, reflect on what you did, learn from it, see whether you can do something better, and move on. Those are my 2 cents.
Yep, that's great. So even I want to add like one more community that is obviously that is scholarship, but I consider Google as a community. So that is Google Generation Scholarship by like it is powered by Google. So I recently cleared for its first round and I got a mail that I'm selected for second round. So eagerly waiting for that and it's a it's a very big community promoting diversity, um, like women in tech and basically promoting women to participate into tech programs and things. They could also nurture and grow there. So yeah. So like my questions are being ended. So thanks all of you for joining me today. And
Thank you for having us, Unnati.
Yeah, it's a pleasure
Okay.
to be here with all of you people. Thank you.
Thank you again. I would
thank you,
like.
Khushi, thanks, Eddie, thank you, Sreekaran, thanks, Ritu, thanks, Anush. And also, I would be mentioning all the communities link in the description box after the live session. Do check that out and do follow them on Twitter and do tag us as Eddie mentioned that what you liked in the session. Do let us know and we would love connecting with you also. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining.
So
Thank you.
folks, if we could all just pose for people to, take a screenshot, that would be great. I noticed someone asking in chat as well. So
Do you want my face or my background shot?
you
Oh,
need to stop flexing on us, Eddie. That's,
Someone was saying you had 6 screens. I was like, if you got 6, I haven't got 6. I can cut this one in like
listen,
4.
that TV is in and of itself worth 8 screens. Not even kidding.
It's not.
So if
No,
you're
it's
gonna do
not.
that, I'm gonna do this, which is fine because I have no biceps.
I'll
But
do
that
this. I'll
does
do this.
remind me. But that does remind me, seeing the amazing setup every time it gets more, I get more motivated to come there to UK and do a collab video with Eddie, which we have planned since forever. But let's
Yes.
let's hope it
I
happens
want to be
soon.
a part of that. Eddie, fly us out.
Let's do it. I'm here for a couple of months anyway. If not, we'll meet somewhere else. The world's going to open up soon,
Right,
and
right,
we'll
right.
go somewhere warmer than the UK.
Maybe Eddie comes to India, right?
Potentially,
Maybe.
yes. We were talking about
Yeah,
it. We've got
I
some
can imagine
options.
mobs. I can imagine mobs forming around him in Mumbai.
No, we're gonna let him come in if him to Delhi because I live there, and then I'm gonna take him move to
Listen,
the entire India.
we
So don't do that.
Anush, Anush and I have you outnumbered. So Eddie, you gotta come south. You gotta come to Chennai.
Yep.
So you have to
Yeah.
come to Delhi because we both ladies live in Delhi, so we have like more first. So Yeah.
See, people are already fighting here. Ready now? You
I
have to
really
come.
appreciate it. I'm seeing the comments in the chat from Nivedita. I hope I pronounced it right. Come to India, yeah. Oh, brilliant! And
Abhishek is offered to
Abhishek,
pick you up from the
I'll pick
airport.
you up.
So
Okay, cool. But I'm gonna have all this kit with me, so yes, we'll put it on the roof and in the boot, and we'll have it on our laps while driving and so forth.
done.
I believe I can actually get Eddie come to Delhi first because Eddie, I've got Oro. I've got my dog. You can't miss
That's
meeting friends.
true. That is a big, yeah. That is a big thumbs up. Definitely.
Sorry, sorry,
Now that you've
Sreekaran,
mentioned
sorry.
your dog, you've got to pay off the dog tax.
You've got to
Come on.
bring up. Yeah, let the dog in now. Let's have live
Yes.
on stream.
I can't. He's just out there, and probably he'll just ruin everything that I have at the over here set up. I can't.
That's fine with me. I'm okay
That's
with
okay with
that.
us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Probably you'll have to get me a new setup. So are you ready for that?
I'm sure Eddie would be willing to pick up the tab.
But yeah, we can do that somewhere, some other day. Maybe when Eddie is gonna come here, I'm gonna definitely show him Oro and yeah, Sreekaran, I got this. Sorry, I got this. Okay, and thank you so much everyone for joining as well.
Yeah.
It's actually a pleasure to be here with these amazing people. Sorry, Unnati, over to you now.
No, that's okay, fine. We could go on with the session. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and we would be love connecting with you in further collaborations as well. Thank you guys.
So
So
for everyone watching, now's the time to take a screenshot. Now's the time to retweet. Once we get off this live stream, I personally am going to get on Twitter right now. So if you guys post, I'll be sure to interact with it.
bye.
Yeah, and that's done. Please, okay, it's done. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you all tag us all. And
Thank you. Bye guys.
Thank
Thanks for
you. Bye,
fitting
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.